I feel like I have been running since the minute I woke up, but I have got absolutely nothing done. Story of my life. So I need to go let the sheep out. I still need to find some fencing pliers. My husband forgot to leave them with me last night, so we have like 2 or 3 pairs. I can't find any of them, so I need to go hunting for the other ones and get that fence barricaded a little better. And then I have a couple things to do today. I don't know how much of it, not that I don't want to do it, it's how far I'm going to get. We decided to put some white outline on the elect on his signs. I need to do that since I never got to it yesterday, and we're probably going to put the rest of them out this coming weekend. And then I need to put, totally forgot. So on all your political stuff, you have to say who it's paid for by, and who the treasurer is. So I have my black marker somewhere to put that on there. And then I have some stuff at the house I have to get done. I haven't done laundry in like 3 weeks. It's a necessity. I have to get something done. And I really need to work those sheep and get those lambs vaccinated. I just don't know that it's going to happen today. It's gorgeous today. It should happen today. We'll see how far I get with everything else. And I'm hoping he'll be home early enough tonight. He had a meeting last night. He didn't get home till almost 10. But I'm hoping he'll be home early enough tonight to be able to cut those last 3 boards so that I can get started painting and get them done, so we'll have 12 more signs ready to go eventually. We have a lot of places to put them, just not a lot of time. I really need to get the wheel off my baler so that we can get it into town and get it fixed. I need to tear down the fence on the east side of the hay field that the sheep are in right now, so that we can get it put back up and stretched, and then I can lock them out of the hay field, because we tried it about the 15th of April. We tried to kick them off the hay. So I've got a little bit of time there. And then I really need to disc that field that we are potentially putting either corn or barley. I think corn. We haven't even touched the barley. I think we're going to do corn. I would prefer to do corn. We'll see. Anyway, lots going on. Again, in my head, just nothing actually happening, because I have steps I have to take to be able to get to the end result, and it doesn't always work that way in my world. So let's start by letting the sheep out and barricading that fence. So this is the spot I found yesterday. I'd just thrown this branch up here in between the fence, but if they jumped some of this and came through a bunch of this, they could just literally jump through that hole. And then there was another spot right here. All they had to do was come down the hill here, and then they'd just jump here. And there's some wool on the fence, so it's possible. But I just grabbed some of the old fencing and I'll stretch it from here. This section all needs redone. This is where we tore a bunch of trees out when we built the fence with the trees to keep them from coming up out of the creek onto the neighbor side here. So I'm just going to keep filling this in as best I can, and eventually I'll tear this all down. We'll probably push all of these trees into this section over here, and it sucks. I hate it, but most of these trees are dead anyway. I think that one right there has just one little branch of green on it. Everything else is dead. So we will go ahead and get rid of all of these and then probably plant new ones just a little further away from the fence line. Not perfect, not terribly pretty, but it'll keep them from getting over onto this side of the world. Okay. Okay, one project done. Apparently there was a bit more wire on this fence than I thought. There's the short wire and then two of the bigger one, and I don't know that either one can actually be used for anything else because they were kind of squished in spots. But this is ready to stretch fence. Probably need to take out some of the, or put in a couple T-posts, and it needs one here, but the rest of them should be just fine. So this should be a decently easy stretch. Y'all, I am really, really seriously considering keeping him as a ram. Do I need him in my ram flock? No, not even remotely. But I really, really like him. And my husband really wants to keep this one, which is, I think, one of two Finn boys that we have. I'm just not convinced yet that we need to keep any boys other than the one of Selena's that I pretty much said I'm keeping from basically day one. We'll see how many we end up with. I really don't need any more rams. If I'm going to get rams, I need something unrelated that I'm going to bring in. And there's really only one person I will buy from, so we'll see how that goes. Morning, guys. I thought I was done with the painting, but not quite. Like I mentioned, we are, this is going to be tedious, outlining, oh, I forgot my magic marker, outlining the elect in white so that it sticks out, because when you're driving past, you can't really see the elect. And so that is my project this morning. I never got to it yesterday. I am hoping, since it's been like 3 days, 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so today would be day 3 with the sheep not getting out. I'm hoping that I have fixed whatever the issue was. I'm hoping anyway. So I decided, instead of going to babysit the sheep first thing this morning, I just let them out
And oh boy, now I am going to sit here very, you know, you've heard of like fussy cutting, and I'm fussy painting. Just trying to make it so it stands out a little bit. I do have a few things that I want to get done today. I was going to work the sheep so that I could get them kind of separated and vaccinated, and I was going to put all that information into my Gallagher, and our internet is out today. It's always something, isn't it? So I decided I would paint, and maybe the internet will be back on when I go up for lunch and I can get that taken care of. I would like to have it done before the weekend. I know we're going to be putting out signs again this weekend. There's just no getting around it. I would very much like to get, I think I want to take like five or 8 ewes and lambs over to our buddy, and then to put probably 5 or 8 up at the house. I never got my garden cleaned up last year, and I have started some seeds, a few, not as many as I need to. That'll probably be this coming weekend, but I want to get that cleaned out so I can just open up the garden on both ends and let the sheep eat and trample down everything that's in there, and then they can fertilize it for me. And that's as far as I've thought on that whole progress. I need to get those lambs vaccinated. That has to be this week project. We will see how far I get, and yeah, my brain doesn't really want to work today. So I'm going to finish painting these. Then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do on the sheep end of the world. That took me a little longer than I thought it was going to. I only had 5 signs to do, front and back, but I figured it would take me an hour. It took me 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna haul hay, because then I won't have to do it tonight, and then go to lunch, because it's like 1:15. This is why I get nothing done during the day. I think I'm going to let the rams into this holding pen. This used to be where we kept our bulls, and it really is just a dead spot at the moment, but there's plenty of grass, and they'll still have, I'll make an alley in here so that they can go into their pen and be in here, and just let them have it for a day or two. I need to get the rams out onto pasture eventually. Zeppelin, you want to come out? I checked my paperwork on these guys this morning, and they are set to pull him out on the 12th. So that gives us about another week. And then I will have 5 days to clean out this entire barn. And then on the 17th, I have to bring in the next breeding group. I could just sit down here and watch my rams all day. And I've been doing it for a little bit. We are supposed to get a 30% chance of rain today, and I was really kind of hoping we were going to get it. The wind is just now starting to pick up, and the clouds kind of are looking rain cloudish, but they're also going north. So if we do get any rain, it's probably going to miss us completely. And it would really not hurt my feelings to have, I don't know, a couple, 3-4 more days of rain. Helps the grass grow. So every couple days we let her out, I let her out to see if she'll behave for her lamb. Well, that's the longest she's stood for that lamb to nurse, so maybe we're getting closer. Oh, that would make me so happy. So I have made an executive decision, and I have 10 of these lambs. Could be a few more. I didn't actually look to see if there were any twins or if they were all singles. But 10 moms with lambs that if I vaccinate on Friday, there will only be 10 moms with lambs that will not get vaccinated. So I think I'm gonna wait till Saturday. What? So I think what I'm going to do is wait until Saturday and when my husband will be home, and hopefully we won't have a whole lot of other stuff going on, and we'll just run this whole group. There will be, like I said, 10 lambs that will be a week early, and probably just that many that are going to be a week late. Everybody else will fall within that 35 day mark. So I think that's going to be easiest on me than trying to just pull out, because once I vaccinate them, I want to separate them, which means I have to find a place for those 10 that won't get vaccinated for another week. And I think what I would rather do is just do everybody, and then I can take my 8 moms and their lambs over to Skip's, and I can take my 8 moms and their lambs up to the house. And then everybody else, I think I'm going to put behind the barnyard here. But there is grass growing out there. There's grass at the house, there's grass at Skip's. We may have to feed a little bit of hay. Oh well, we're feeding it right now anyway, and at least then they'll be out on pasture. If you know me, I prefer pasture. I hate having my stuff in the barn. I want them out on pasture. So the sooner that happens, the better I will feel. And so I think that is going to be my plan. It'll make feeding a little harder because I will have other places besides right here. It won't be an hour-long process. It'll probably be back up to 2 hours. But then next weekend, these guys are all going out, and then within like a week, I think 10 days after 10 days after this breeding group is done, then we start lambing. And I think within a week of lambing, I have to bring my next breeders in to cedar them. And then in 12 to 14 days, we will be breeding again. So April is going to be a pretty big month for me, sheep-wise. I do need to figure out some time to get out and do some field work and some fence work and all the stuff that just needs done. Oh, and I need to spray weeds. So yeah, things are going to get busy. Marlin, I'll let you out again in the morning, but not overnight. There's a couple spots that I think you guys could get out if you really pushed at it, and I'd rather you not. Okay? Why don't you just go eat some hay? But it's not as good.